Hello everybody, it's your immigration attorney Luis Ruiz here with you, bringing you another video in our VAWA series. Now, as you know, the VAWA is the Violence Against Women Act that was passed by Congress in order to help parents, children, and spouses who have been suffering from domestic violence to help them obtain lawful status. Now, today's video is going to focus on domestic violence. What is domestic violence? What is abuse? And what is extreme cruelty? These are the terms that immigration uses to lay out the requirements of the program. Today, I'm going to tell you what abuse is, domestic violence, and walk you through the different types of things that we've seen, or the different types of little scenarios that are abuse. So abuse is any physical, mental, or emotional abuse, manipulation, controlling situation. Physical abuse, we all know that's the most common thing. Kicks, slaps, punches, any gunshots, stabbing. We've seen all of that in some of our cases. So that is physical abuse. That's the most commonly known type of domestic violence, right? But what we don't talk about is the mental and emotional abuse that also counts as domestic violence. We have had several cases in our office that there's no physical abuse, but there's so much mental and emotional abuse that we're able to process these cases through the VAWA program successfully. Controlling, limiting your ability to communicate with your friends and family, cutting you off from your friends and family, isolating you, financial control restrictions where you don't have money, you don't have access to the accounts, where you get a stipend per week and that's it, where any purchase must be pre-approved by your abusive spouse. Those are all ways of mental and emotional abuse. Threatening to call immigration, threatening to not help you obtain lawful status. That's mental and emotional abuse. There's turning your friends against you, throwing things at you even if they don't hit, calling you names, calling you fat, calling you ugly, saying no one will ever love you. All of those things are mental and emotional abuse. So there's, we had a specific situation where the abusive partner would make fun of the traditional foods that the undocumented spouse would eat, cultural foods, make fun of them. That's mental and emotional abuse. Your spouse shouldn't be making fun of the things that you eat or the culture that you come from. That's emotional abuse. That's abuse. All of these things are enough to help you apply for an immigration, for relief under immigration for VAWA. Now, it is my experience that there's never one type of abuse exclusively in the case. Or they don't just call you ugly and ugly and ugly. They call you ugly and they control your finances, or they limit your relationship with other people. They do a lot of little things that builds up into a big case. So there might be physical abuse and mental and emotional abuse. Maybe there's a lot of different types of mental and emotional abuse. All of these, we take it together and you'll tell us your story, and we'll write it out, and we'll paint a picture of what's really happening in the household. What's happening behind closed doors. Maybe there's no physical abuse, but there's so much mental, emotional abuse that we can build up a case for you, and we have successfully. Any type of abuse, anything that makes you feel inadequate, not sufficient, or makes you feel bad about yourself, that's abuse. And that's the stuff that we can use to build a case for you. So if you've been a victim of any types of yelling, physical abuse, mental manipulation, control, where situations where you're isolated from your family, where you don't even have any money outside of what your spouse gives you, where you can't even leave the home unless you're with your spouse, that's all abuse, and we can use that to build a case. Now I'm going to ask you to please like, share, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video to your social media accounts, because we don't ever know who's suffering from domestic violence. A lot of the times it's people in our own families, it's people in our own circles who suffer from domestic violence and we don't even know about it. Let's get this information out, share it, and let's see how many people we can help, and hopefully we'll be able to bring a lot of people peace and help them break free from the chains of domestic violence and abuse. Thank you.